So let's begin the cooking. Choose some colorful vegetables. I'm choosing here carrots, cauliflower, tomatoes. You can choose any vegetable that is available to you. And we will use red lentils and basmati rice. You can find basmati rice almost anywhere these days. It's a very aromatic rice, highly recommended. We will begin the cooking obviously with washing the vegetables properly and then chopping them into small bite-sized pieces. Smaller the piece, easier it cooks. About cauliflower, leave them a little bigger because they try to get a little muddy in under high temperature. Tomatoes cut into small pieces, onion nicely chopped, and you can decide how spicy you want the vegetable to be, and you can choose the chili accordingly. I like it spicy. I will keep it a little spicy because it makes you energetic. Especially if it's a lunch, I would keep it a little more spicier. Once your vegetables are nicely chopped, then you move on. Wash the red lentils nicely and soak them because they get a little softer. It makes the cooking process much faster. Cut the ginger into really small pieces. Note that ginger is a very important ingredient that enhances digestion. About condiments, we are going to use the daffin leaf, cumin seed, cinnamon, turmeric powder, and clove. Clove and cinnamon, they are very enriching in improving your metabolism. The cooking process is very simple. Take a pan and I'm gonna use clarified butter. You can use olive oil or any oil that you use to cook. 1 spoon of clarified butter should be enough. Um, and then first you obviously allow the butter to melt, and we will start by adding the condiment in a sequential manner. First goes the daffin leaf and then the cinnamon. You will notice the nice aroma is going to come out, and then you add the cumin seeds. Stir it a bit, fry it, but make sure that you don't burn it. The purpose is just it to be very aromatic before we add the other ingredients. And then after stirring it for a while, we are gonna add the further condiments and the vegetables. Next will be the ginger. Ginger takes some time to fry. We don't want the ginger to stay raw because that's kind of irritating, and we don't want that to happen. So after you have fried the ginger a bit, then we will start adding the vegetables. First we'll be frying the onion. At this point, when you are adding the onion, you may also like to add some salt to the cooking process because that will make the onion more soft. Fry the onion for a while. Once they are pretty goldenish, at that point you will be adding the other vegetables. Other vegetables will be the first, the carrots, because they are a little harder, takes time to cook, which will eventually be followed by the cauliflower and a nice stir. Make sure they are not burning. Cook it in a moderate heat. The purpose of frying the vegetable a bit is to bring the taste out of the vegetable. Adding the turmeric at this point and stir it up, toss it in the pan for a while before we go further. All this process takes just a couple of minutes. It should not be like you're investing half an hour just to do this entire thing. Preparation is about 5-7 minutes to cut the vegetables, and then you just the the cooking process till this point, everything can be done very much under 5-7 minutes, definitely under 10 minutes even if you're new in cooking. At this point, add the chili. If you want the food to be really less spicy, you can choose to add the chili only at the end. Now, adding the red lentils, which we have soaked it before, you throw the water out and put the red lentils, stir it a bit. At this point, you might feel that the lentils and they are getting sticky to the pan, so we want to constantly stir it. We will add the rice as well. Note that this rice and the lentil, it takes approximately 15 minutes to cook, and the advantage of frying the vegetables a bit because it already helps you advancing in the cooking process, and then when you're adding the lentils and the rice, you need another 15 minutes approximately to finish the entire cooking. You will be adding the water because it's a one pot curry. um, Stir it a bit and leave it like that for a while. You might need to add, if you're adding 1 cup of lentils, 1 cup of rice, you will need to add almost 3 to 4 cups of water to boil them. Tomatoes will go absolutely in the end before you bring the entire thing into boil, because the purpose of tomato is to maintain its juiciness. You don't want to that juice to evaporate and putting them in the very beginning of the cooking process. And once you leave it here, you can put a lid on top of it that will enhance the boil, and you can do it other ways around. Allow it to boil for about 10-12 minutes. Occasionally stir them. The water will get drained. It's not very dry, so it is gonna remain little mushy. And before you want to take it out, just check the rice has boiled or not. The vegetables, for sure, if you have cut them small, they will be boiled by then, and it's ready to serve. Puff tabuna.